twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up, oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up.
Well, one track that may have been lost to time but is not forgotten by many is the track that lays in Rockingham, North Carolina. And today we welcome you live here at Rockingham, North Carolina's Rockingham Speedway here on PTM Racing TV. Hi, got everyone. I am the Crusader Christian Shriver joining you guys back on the show. We are rocking it down here on the track and we're rocking and rolling our way off into the distance as we are currently finishing up our brackets for the qualifying session here. Practice completed, qualifying underway, as many of these drivers right now continue to try to dictate the pace and figure out how to get around this mile-long embankment tough terrain of Rockingham Speedway. Ignore that little glitch there. That was something on the iRacing end. I do not know where that came from or what went wrong. Noah Hankel right now currently trying to get his lap time in, last drivers to do so in the 91 machine. While he does that, we'll go ahead and take a look at our track tech talk for the evening today, presented by Speedmaster or RC Boats. Radio best in radio control. They're the best way to do it. Mile and a half length, guys. You can see this is a very unique little track. Not a full-on oval. That's kind of a tri-oval design. Slight little corner off on the front stretch, but there is, of course, the elusive part, which is these extremely high-end banks on the corners. This place will eat and tear your car up if you're not too careful. You got to be very focused and very set and ready to make the moves and make the passes when you have to. Watch for drivers to look towards the bottom, some maybe towards the middle. It should be an interesting little push act for some of these guys as the drivers have got their hands full. We are getting ready to go down on the track. And as always, we get ready to set them off here to our Speedmaster boats. Our grading order today. It is time to take a look at the field of drivers. And on the pole in the Big 13, Dominic Lee will join us out of the outside of them. And the number 35, that's Josh Previtt. Row number 2 is DJ Lear in the 85 outside of them. In the Big 51, it is Jesse Singleton. And row number 3, it'll be Hunter Bailey piloting it down there in the number 24 outside of them. And number 9, it is Sharon Slate. And row number 4, it'll be the number 1, Joe Tardif. And the outside of them in the 12, Matt Mingo. And row number 5, we'll see the 38 of Patrick Jenks. The outside of them in the 91, it is Noah Hankel. And row number 6, Sam Maxwell will be in the 98. The outside of them in the 26, it'll be Kelly Hyatt. Our final starter in the field today in the 18, Julian Conde. Shotgun on the field. Field of drivers set to go. Stage number 1 ready to roll out, 100 laps to the distance. This is going to be either a quick shootout and fight for survival, or this could be an absolute fight for survival in all the other ways you can imagine. That is what these drivers are trying to avoid and trying to stay away from. We're going to have to see, though, how that all affects and how well that will take on their life expectancy here on the track. Stage number 1 will end at lap 25. Stage number 2 going to 55, and the final stage at 100. That will set the tone and set the bar. The field right now rocketing and rolling, trying to get set to go here. A lot of them just currently pacing themselves inside the cockpits, trying to remain still, trying to remain calm. Of course, you know, you got all those jitters and those bugs kind of working into your system, trying to get them all out just as they get ready to fire up the engines and set them onto the track. Our pace car now ready to begin the stage. And here we go. We've got them going, race fans. We've got them set to race. Here we go now, race fans, pocking them off down through corner number 3 into turn number 4. The SRM Truck Series of Misfitz iRacing League is about to set foot on the sacred grounds. Lost in history, but not lost in time. Green flag out, and we've got trouble already. Hunter Bailey, I don't think that's where you're supposed to start at, sir. Bad start out of the gate, ends up spinning the tires, sends himself into the grassy plains. He'll have to open up his own lawn care service to make back some of that. He lost out of the gate. He's back on the track, though. He's going to try to stay in this one for stage 1, but it's going to be difficult. Dominic Lee taking the early lead here as he gets a little bit loose coming off of turn number 4. TJ Lear in the 85 already, trying to muscle his way right around up to the number 35 of Josh Previtt. Dominic Lee, though, currently trying to keep the race lane intact. This is something you'll see a lot of today as drivers getting very over-complacent, very over-the-top here, trying to stay out of trouble. This track, not an easy place to pass, but when you get it going, you get it figured out. It's a very unique track in its own right for how much speed you can carry and how much run you can grab. Control and dictate of the pace will definitely make that just a little bit more interesting in my opinion as we go on board with some of our other drivers. Sharon Slade, the lone female tonight, trying to make a move on the number 12 of Matt Mingo as Mingo currently holds down the line. Josh Previtt, though, with a little trouble. Something gone wrong for the Previtt camp. And the 35 swinging it way back low, unfortunately. Now has to try to get back in the gas and quickly on the momentum train. Julian Conde right in front of him will now work him up top side. There goes the Speedmaster boats. 18 to the back. Previtt back into a spot. TJ Lear having some glitch graphic gremlins on the attack while Jesse Singleton tries to single him out. And Dominic Lee, well, he may not have the right number on the iRacing end, but he does have the right number in the position he's at in his mind because he is your current leader piloting the 98 Ford F-150 camp. Got about a 2-second lead already built up here, and again, he's only got to go out for about 25 laps here, so he's already making great progress and great time. Sharon Slade, Matt Mingo right now doing a little bit off the battle ends and trying to see who can get the better of the two. Throttle rhythm going to be very high and crucial here. You got to keep it paced and you got to keep it under control. Look towards the top and look towards the middle here. It looks like some drivers are going up towards the top side actually to save and conserve the tires more. The speed will always lie on the bottom and the middle, but as you can see, Slady's even trying to do that, but it seems as though these guys are trying to maybe aim towards the top side early to make pace. The Keystone corner number 12 of Matt Mingo dealing with the fury of the 9. Sharon Slade, Toyota Tundras right now currently making most of the top 5 up. TJ Lear in the Chevy and the only Ford up in the lead right now. Dominic Lee is the only one on that version, on that march. Currently they work their way on around. Noah Hinkle, the other Toyota Tundra driver right now, trying to keep up with his fellow Toyota companions with 4 of them from 3rd to 6th lined up. In the back of the pack, Josh Previtt, after that little spin he did out of the corner there, I believe it was in turn 1 or 2, he lost something in the Irby machine. Now urgently trying to get towards the number 26, the SRM machine of Kelly Hyatt. Kind of locked and loaded up into the position, trying to make the moves when they can. You can see just how difficult, though, it is not only to get a run, but it's just even getting any kind of control figured out down there. Alright, kind of back down into the corner a little bit. Here comes the number 35, Previtt. Oh, that's not going to help Kelly at all here. Hyatt into the wall, through 3. Here comes Previtt to the inside, pass on the corner. And Josh Previtt despite the problems, seems to have some good speed and good pace, and he's making it work right now. Rest of your field gradually right now starting to stretch out a little bit more as we go. And yes, I know my voice probably still sounds a little bit off and coarse. Again, I apologize in advance, but I have been dealing with some illness as of late. And no, for the record, it's not COVID. I got over that when I was in Canada. Thank you very much. Right now, currently, though, the field is still separated out by a good margin or two. Dominic Lee, certainly a race leader by about 3.5 seconds plus. And let's just take a look at the lap times here. I really think this is going to kind of show you a better pace of why he's getting so much power over TJ Leary. You can see he lost a little bit there on lap 9 and 10, but only by about hundredths of a second. And then what did he do? Lap 11, 12, and 13, tenths of a second. That's the last thing as a driver you ever want to hear or see, and that's the last thing you want to feel as well. Lee slams the wall off turn 4. It appears Rockingham is trying to remind him, you don't try to break the rock. If you dare try to break this place, it will break you. And Dominic almost losing it all there just from that little hit and that toe tap. And he knows with these stages, that's going to bring him all back together. And he's got to figure out how to get back at it. Jesse Singleton now has come back and come to claim. He's looking towards the back of TJ Lear here, looking to the inside. The Fram 85 holds the line. The snap on tools, 51 of Singleton, drops up top, sends its way, oh, right into the wall and into Lear. Caution flies. Oh, and another spin around there. That's the one of Joe Tardif slamming into the grass. There goes Jenks as well. We got a pile up on the back half. And just literally before the stage break came into fruition here, let's take a look at the replay here and see if we can see what happened on the 85. Singleton got extremely hard on the outside. Lear brought it up, and you can see already that was not going to look good. The blink and the block and the throw. There's Tardif, loses control, slams the brakes. There's Jenks trying to slam on the brakes too, and then slams into the 85 there. Nowhere to go and nowhere to get out from. Oh my word, race fans. Very scary little situation there popping up. We'll go on board here with Jenks. May have just over decelerated there. Didn't quite see where he was at or what he was up to until it was too little too late. Very tight flow time there, unfortunately, for these drivers now. Going to set them back into the planes, back into the field. Well, I currently deal with that little troublesome glitch graphic gremlins. Let's kind of take a listen now to our drivers right now. See what we've got in store and what they're bringing to the table here. Already some very, very interesting subjects being thrown their way, as these guys currently right now have to look on from above. Let's take a listen to some of them right now. Piloting the number 12, Matt Mingo joins us here, and Mingo early on having a little bit of a battle there from the back there, of course, with Sharon Slade and everyone else kind of coming towards you, but this 12 JDM machine holds on. You think maybe this track could be able to keep on going at it?
I mean, I got the wall early. Hopefully that doesn't affect it too much. It's feeling pretty good, maybe a little tight. Tires are definitely going to be a big thing this race, but I'm hoping for a good stage finish, so I can catch some teammates up ahead of me in points.
For sure there. Now, is the high bankings here at Rockingham actually making it a little bit harder on the tires just to even try to get around the corners, considering this only is a mile long?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it likes to push in and then push out, as in, like, it's just you can almost hear the tires screaming in pain for if you drive in too hard, and it just kind of drifts up the track. You got to get it woed up and then drive it down off the corner.
Well, that's one
But
way to put it. But
yeah,
nevertheless, Mingo, we do appreciate your time here, sir.
yeah, thank you.
Matt Mingo, ladies and gentlemen. Time to listen in to some of our other guys right now. Piloting in the big number 94. This is going to be, or no, 91, excuse me. That's Noah Henkel down there. Henkel, early on in qualifying, didn't have the best qualifying time, but got a top 10 start. Now moving into the near top 5 brackets here. Does the Snap-on 91 have something for him, you think?
It's going to be tough to see. I'm not feeling very confident here. It's not my strongest track, but I'm excited to see over the course of the race if I can find something extra.
Do you think the way the speed and the RPMs could bring out maybe that you could be able to kind of get these guys to burn up their tires and you kind of sneak our way in there a little bit further, you'd say?
It's definitely an option. Tires are going to basically decide the race, so that's probably going to be one of the things in my favor. If I can take advantage of it, we'll have to see.
For sure there. Best of luck down there, Hinkle.
Thank you.
We'll get him back into the call here and get him back into the track because we're about to go racing. Sun gets blocked off by the skies above stage number 1, yet to be fielded in. Time to bring him back to the pace, bring him back to the speeds, off the drop, green flag back on out. Whoa, Mingo getting a good start, but then a bad start out of the gate. Dominic Lee having some troubles down there as they fire him through the distance. Sharon Slade now on the verge, trying to take down Dominic Lee. She's looking to be one of the only females to win here on PTM Racing TV. A very select few names have been able to do it. Cindy Taylor, Chantel Pottle are two that come to mind immediately. She's looking to add on to that growing list, and she's got something for Dominic Lee, it looks like, coming down off the ends. Slate back in lead, down further into the turns. Dominic currently struggling to keep the truck up ahead. They're coming up fast here, down to the final laps of stage number 1. Man, this is an absolute awesome battle here for the first stage, just to get the extra points, to get the speeds built up. Matt Mingo trying to fight back, meanwhile trouble back behind, big trouble. Jesse Singleton wrecks it, and that's going to throw the caution out for the stage. Major damage, and it looks like sway bar destroyed on the 51, and now that's going to really hone in the craft, and Singleton looks like he might be down and out for this one. The entire rear end is completely destroyed. That sway bar is what helps keep that truck stable, and he is currently fighting it right now. Absolutely huge hit there, unfortunately. Taking a look at it, came off turn number 2, same deal. He got into it with TJ Lear earlier, tightened the truck up, and then slams it. He's looking to try to get the pace dictated up a little bit more, but unfortunately, Rockingham made him suffer for it. See him steering in. He was trying to get it to steer off, but it wasn't going. Then slammed hard, 2 shots in the back. And the truck just had nothing really to get out from. And that's where he realized that that was not looking too good for him. And Singleton now has even more problems up ahead. Looks like he's going to be struggling to get it back to pit road. Stage winner for stage number 1 will go to Dominic Lee. Dominic will be the stage winner for this one. Remember, he is a winner from last time out, so he's looking to try to add on to that resume. Will he be able to do it? Find out with us when we return. Today's race here at Rockingham Speedway is presented in part by our friends at Speedmaster, the fastest radio control RC radio control boats of your hobby and your needs. Speedmaster boats is that and then some. Be sure to check them out at speedmaster.com. So field right now currently going to get stretched back in. Dominic Lee's going to head to pit road. Josh Previtt, Hunter Bailey will stay on out. Very interested to know how they're feeling about this. We'll take a listen now to the 35 here. Josh Previtt on the call here. And Josh, right out of the gate, sir, troubles out of the start on the stage number 1. You and a few of the other drivers getting loose or getting tight into the corners. What went wrong there out of the first part of this?
I clipped the apron coming off of well, actually in the middle of 3 and 4, and that car just got completely sideways and just had to hold the brakes to keep it from spinning out. And yeah, just kind of working my way back up here now. We're gonna restart here second. See what happens.
Just restarted in second place here. Now I know you already have been in pit road, took some fuel and some tires, but how much wear and tear do you think that they took just from the ending of that stage 1 there, you'd say?
I milked it pretty good there, so I don't think I took too much out of it there. I only ran by 2 full laps there, and I wasn't ever 100%. So I think I should be good. We'll see. Just trying to make up the track position somehow.
For sure there. Josh, thank you for your time down there, sir.
Yes, sir. You have a good one.
You too. Josh Previtt, ladies and gentlemen. On the line, on the call, race fans as they currently get squared up. We'll take a listen into his teammate here in the number 1 Code Red Mountain Dew. Joe Tardev joins me, and Joe, this is probably not the start you were looking for, nor was it I think most people were expecting out of you out of the gate, but you know, with the stage just kind of rolling in, do you think there might be a chance to get that lap back and then put up a fight on these guys?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a problem. As long as nobody goes a lap down, I should be able to get the last one back. I'm just running a really low brake bias, and I jammed on it too hard there.
Now, why would you be running a low brake bias in this case for the fans at home that may not know why that is?
Running a little low brake bias, so when I get jam on the brakes late, kind of gets the truck a little loose. And I just adjusted it down on the corner before that wreck.
All right, well, the fans definitely appreciate the knowledge, and we certainly love to hear the info. Nevertheless, Joe, we wish you the best of luck to get back in this, man.
Thank you.
Joe Tardev, ladies and gentlemen, the Code Red Mountain Dew machine, trying to get himself something to fight for and to survive with. Damage still slightly on that 24. He's going to try to deal with it, though, as well as Josh Previtt. Looks like Bailey opts to the outside to start this one. Previtt will be down low of him in the Irby 35. Dominic Lee, TJ Lear, Kelly Hyatt, Noah Henkel, Matt Mingo, Sharon Slade, Justin Singleton, Julian Conde have all been into pit road. Patrick Jenks as well went in late trying to get the damage repaired on his beat up truck. Got a rear end bolstered in, if you will, and he's hoping that it won't end up costing him more than it already is. Your field of drivers now ready to go at it once more and ready to fight for survival. The Rock is leaving them all alone on the island and now set to go. Into the distance, down off our corner number 4, stage number 2 begins. Once again, Josh Previtt slow off the start, got loose off the turn, does get some speed back though, speeds it right back up into the fight as Hunter Bailey and them gets into a little bit. Bailey trashed out again! Trashed out off turn number 2. I don't know if there was initial contact from Dominic Lee that got him loose. Previtt got a slight tap there from the 24 as well, but Previtt able to escape with the truck in one piece. Well, Rockingham Speedway right now is not only winning, but it's also taking some drivers' souls with them. Let's take a close look at the 98. Was there a bump in the corner? Ooh, hard to tell from that angle. I'm not going to be the judge there. We're going to try to judge it from another camera. We do have a chase cam we have been using on these guys. This will give us a better field view here. Watch carefully. Oh, right there. Yep, there's contact. Dominic tried to back off, and ouch! Right into the back. Hunter Bailey nowhere to go and just slammed in. And Dominic Lee has not made very many friends here today, nor is he making any more friends at this point. The #1 qualifier going to try to get some damage cleaned up. He's got a front nose of that truck damaged badly. Going to try to hurry up and get it in and out. Not the start anybody was expecting, nor was anyone really trying to hold on to. Field currently trying to dish out the speed, trying to dish out the momentum here. As we currently watch on Jesse Singleton returning back onto the track. Let's listen in to the number 51 driver as he now joins onto the show. Singleton, do you have the copy down there?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, hey Jesse, man, this has not been the usual speed, the endurance, or the level of talent we usually see out of you in that 51 camp. What's going on down here in Rockingham today, sir?
Yeah, we're having a little bit of struggle. Just trying to get back in rhythm here and get back to racing.
It seems like more than anything, turn number 2 has been kind of giving you the most gremlins and the most bugs. Why is that exactly? They got you into 2 instances there.
It's one of these tracks where it comes in very sweeping and then it cuts down real sharp. So I'm not a big fan of these styles of tracks, you know. I like all tracks, but these tracks, they just give me the most problems. I like getting on the throttle a little bit too early.
Well, we do know you to be a bit of a late riser or a late shiner, if you will. So let's see if you can bring it back in the final stages. Best of luck down there, Singleton.
Yep, thank you, Christopher.
Jesse Singleton, ladies and gentlemen, on the line here, trying to get his confidence level back up, trying to bring it back to the house. Patrick Jenks now also joins us here in the number 38 as you see the damage now cleaned up on the 38 camp here. Jenks, I know things have been pretty rocky here for you and the crew, but how is the truck now handling it, even after all the damage that you kind of suffered through?
Yeah, right now we gotta put some more duct tape on here. You know, we're just not having a good night. We got caught up in somebody else's stuff, and we're not too happy about it.
Not too happy indeed. Kind of very, very ominous to explain, unfortunately. But do you think this Fireball 38 has any help or any hope left to really kind of get into the top 10, top 5 bracket, you'd say?
Yeah, I have a good feeling about it. We have all 4 sets of tires still. We're doing damage repair right now, so hopefully these guys can get the sawzall out and do some fixing.
All right, thank you for your time here, Jenks. Well, you can probably hear it, his frustration in his voice down there. He is not too happy of a camper, but Jenks was not one of those guys. That goes down easily. So the field after pit road going to be very switched up. Hunter Bailey, more damage on that rear end and the front. Dominic Lee pretty much taped the truck up a little bit, but it's not fully repaired. TJ Lear, Josh Previtt going to be your drivers to start this one back up. Bring it back to the green flag here for stage number 2. It's time to continue on here, boys. Much, much better start. Uh-oh, and Mingo into the wall off turn number 2. Catches exactly that sweeping corner there that you had heard from Singleton a minute ago. Just kind of comes at you out of nowhere, and it got him again. It got him again, too. Back to the pack. Kelly Hyatt in the 26, slamming it off of turn number 4. Now Dominic Lee shifting the momentum their way as Julian Conde also engages the throttle and engages the speed on the 26. U.S. Air Force number 24 currently trying to bring some speed and momentum back his way. Josh Previtt, though, is your race leader here, holding down the field. Not even halfway done with this race yet, and you can see these guys and gals struggling, pressured, and putting everything they got on the line. Sharon Slade, well aware of that, almost came away with stage number 1 there. She had a good truck there and a good run there, and looked like she may have had something for Dominic Lee if she could get to him. Wasn't quite able to do so. Rockingham right now, in my opinion, is making for a very interesting little fight here. A little bit of a scratch and claw kind of momentous occasion that brings these drivers straight in and out of the corners and into the turns. Singleton's already diving back in, dipping in deep, looking for positions as Sharon Slade, Jesse Singleton continues to do out. Noah Hankel and Slate, while TJ Lear now, he's kind of thrown into the fold here by being caught up too by the other positions. know, the crazy thing is just one little tap, one little side swipe or a little hit, and then it's all of a sudden game over for you, because then your aerodynamics are completely ruined up, and then your truck is completely taken for a bit of a crapshoot, if you will, just trying to hope and pray you can get this thing to figure out what's going on and what will come next. Singleton right now desperately trying, and I mean desperately trying to get something to go his way and work his way back to the field, but Josh Brevin, in my opinion, has now finally locked up the speed and finally figured out how to get this truck to take a fit. Take the fits, take the set. Dominic Lee muscling through as well, currently in 7th, trying to hold on. Hey, look at that draft right off the top there for the 91 and the 9 here as Singleton joins him, and TJ Laird nowhere to go. The 85 Fram swung to the bottom and now it's trapped in between. This is the same two corners though that those two got into it earlier. Singleton this time able to clear the 85, moving ahead. Slate dropped to the bottom. You know what's coming. She's going for the pass on the inside. Looking for the second place spot. This track seems to be suiting her well and suiting her style. If she can get that pit road crew to do their job and do everything she needs them to do, I think she may be a dark horse here, maybe a bit of a favorite. So watch out. Jenks on the binders right now. Lap traffic going to be thrown their way. Jenks currently struggling to get this thing to tip top and so much speed and momentum. If you heard him frustrated earlier, you know why he's frustrated. He's currently fighting the problems and fighting the troublesome issues he's been dealing with here. Dominic Lee, the #1 seed entering in this race, and last week's feature winner, trying to get back into this mess after that little flip of a hit from the number 24, Hunter Bailey, off of turn 2 earlier. Some absolute fight, some absolute crazy battle in between these guys right now. Hankel, Slay, and Singleton. Just a war going on for the second place spot. To me, it looks like Slay has a little bit of the faster speed, but the problem is, again, unless you want to give him a bump and run, it's very difficult to pass. And a hard racing mentality is exactly what you got to use here at the Rock. Deep medallion inside. Here comes the 9, looking for the momentum, looking for the speed. Slate looks like she might have something for him. She's got it lined up. Singleton though. Oh no, has he dared 3 wide it? No, he says I'm not going that route. He knows what happened last time and he backs off into the distance. Hankel able to capitalize. Looked like Slate kind of lost control, a little bit of momentum there as well. Matt Mingo and Dominic Lee still battling hard for supremacy. TJ Lear currently dealing with those Butchcraft gremlins on the attack on his end too. That Keystone corner driver right now just looking in, looking on, trying to avoid all the trouble. TJ Lear also struggling to stay, at least on the track and on the surface, if you will, before blinking the heck out of here. We've got about 7 laps remaining before stage break comes to a close. Josh Brevin, the 35 though, your race leader. He has left nothing, and I mean nothing on the table. Oh, look at this, coming, speaking of left nothing on the table, look at this, double trouble pass. 2 for the price of 1, and Singleton catches himself a Black Friday deal because he took 2 of them, and he got it for the price of 1. Second place now belongs to Jesse Singleton. I guess he was thinking that being in 5th place was getting out of fashion, so he decided to move up the social ladder, and now he is in a tough little spot because Brevet has already put about a 5-second lead ahead of him. Right now, Mingo trying to deal with the pressure on TJ Lear. That's the problem when you run on a track like this. Again, it's kind of a multi-groove, and Mingo, hold on. Woo-hoo. Dominic Lee going to capitalize on that one. Mingo overdrove turn 1, slammed the brakes. You saw him just get a slightly bit tad loose, and it tightened up quick on him. Stays in control and stays in the speeds. Everybody right now looking extremely good in terms of location, in terms of variety right now. What are they wanting and where they need to be? Sharon Slate, way too aggressive off turn 2, slams in the wall. Open the door up. TJ Lear now moves the chains. Despite that truck being beaten up and shattered up a bit, that doesn't seem to affect them that much. A wild performance to say the least. Once again, as now Dominic Lee has cornered the field, he's cornered the brackets. Now he is charging further ahead. And remember, Josh Previn and Dominic Lee, they've had some history before, so if Lee can get back into that top spots, I think we could be seeing a bit of a little reunion, if you will. But I don't know how many more receipts these two could really give each other or take from one another. Honestly, I think they don't even want any more to be thrown or given towards them anyway. One more to go here for Josh Previn. Stage number 2 about to wrap up here. Jesse Singleton desperately trying to find a way to corner off Previtt. Not enough time this time though. Coming down through turn number 3 to turn number 4 this time on by. Josh Previtt is taking home stage number 2. Another ceremonious take home for that one in the number 35. But when we come back, the first 2 stages are nice, but that final stage is where it really is at. Will Josh Previtt be able to hold the field down one more time, or will one of the others come back to get him? Find out when we return. Tonight's race, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you in part by our friends at Speedmaster RC Boats. The best in radio control and boats around. Only Speedmaster knows how to get it done the best. Be sure to visit them up at speedmaster.com. So now, as we get everyone into pit road here, this will be an interesting little dilemma. I'm very interested in listening to some of these guys to see their thoughts and feelings on this one today. Hunter Bailey going to stay on out, get his lap back, kind of listen into the number 24 U.S. Air Force machine. Bailey, you got a copy down there?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Well, I know hearing your voice-wise, I can already hear kind of a little bit of distortion, a little bit of sadness in there. You've been able to at least kind of hold the truck up for as much as you're feeling right now?
It's been a long night. I went from spinning out in the start, getting a lap back, and then leading, and then had a situation in turns 1 and 2, but Air Force or RTC Chevrolet's not bad. We'll get it repaired, get 4 tires on it, and reset. There's a long way to go, so we'll get it. But yeah, it's been a long night.
You have the instant repair still ready to go in case that situation came up?
Yep. I still have it. I don't want to use it because I feel like we're going to have a little bit more carnage, but I unfortunately do not have horsepower right now, which is not good at this racetrack.
That certainly isn't indeed, but nevertheless, Bailey, we do appreciate being a good sport and chatting with us here, sir.
Of course. Thank you guys again for all you do. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Hunter Bailey right now trying to deal with the emotions and deal with the frustrations out on the track. Time to listen in to one of our other guys right now, currently in the big 85. TJ Lear now joins us. And TJ, you've had a bit of an interesting day as well. Got kind of caught up in some wrecks and then caught up on the glitch graphic gremlin attacks. But you've still been able to hold in the top 5 and even run for a 2nd, 3rd, or 4th position. What does the 85 now have left in store for this final stage?
Well, now that I got my repairs from hitting Hunter earlier, I think my truck is pretty well set here. Actually, I I wasn't expecting any speed out of this racetrack tonight. I was expecting a pretty pretty slow day, but it's gone way better than I expected, and I'm really happy with the way it feels right now, and I'm hoping that I can work my way up there and maybe get some laps led. I'm feeling pretty great right now, so
Is there
hoping to see I can make something happen here.
is there anybody specifically, or you think that may be kind of a bit of a nuisance to try to get around, or to have a little bit of trouble to deal with here? You'd say.
Just like the guys who were faster than me, like Josh and Jesse Singleton, and Dominic Lee was kind of running me down there towards the end of that run. So there's some guys who I know I have to beat, but I think I can get it done.
For sure there. All
Pretty
right.
confident.
Well, TJ, we're confident in you, my friend. Just hang in there. We'll see what happens down there.
Gotcha. Have a good.
Well, you do too, TJ. Sorry about that. Well, currently that field going to get ready to back him off down the corner here. Well, Previtt earlier on led about 5 seconds ahead, but it was down about 4 seconds when Singleton came to town. These two drivers could be firing on all cylinders. But behind him as well in that big 98, there's a reason he was your #1 seed entering in this race. You got 3 drivers looking to take home the title and top honors before we enter into the playoffs. Off the distance at corner number 4 onto the green flag restart zone. Singleton trying to get off the line. He couldn't this time. Another driver to spin the tires out of the gate. Opens the door for the 35. Previtt takes an early lead. Dominic Lee now moving his way right into the second place spot. Talk about a twist and a change up in the position here. Everyone just kind of thrown out of proportion and thrown out of the wires again. Battle for the lead. Lee to the inside. He's going to force Previtt here. And Previtt gets another piece from Dominic. I don't know if that was just, unfortunately, a little too much cornering from Previtt, or if Lee threw it up at him. Either way, I don't know if we'll see another seed. Trouble now right off the corner number 3. My word, what a save. Jesse Singleton somehow, someway managing to save it into the corner. That thing was at a 45-degree angle, and somehow he kept that thing on all fours and under control. Hunter Bailey nearly clipping the wall right off of turn 1 into 2. Truck completely repaired out. He's trying to, as you said earlier, avoid the carnage. I don't think it's the carnage he's got to worry about. I think it's himself at this point he's got to figure out, because currently that 24 is nearing that wall protection, and it's getting closer as it goes. You know, despite that wide open bankings there up in the corners of 1 and 2, it still has a less room to pass than you'd expect. Dominic Lee currently leading him out. Josh Previtt trying to get back up to him here. Julian Conde in the 18 now moving his way through the chains as Matt Mingo and Noah Henkel move their spots up just a little bit more. Man, talk about some wild racing out of the gate. Looked like we were going to have an early caution here in the final stage, but no, they actually keep it all clean, all on all fours. But you can see the field already starting to spread out again. Now tire fuel strategies are going to be put into the position and put into the mindsets here of these drivers, and that again is going to really force them and make their way around. Jared Slade, a little bit aggressive yet again off of turn number 2, slamming the wall protection and throws himself back into a troublesome spot. Joe Tardif right now currently trying to bring back the speed, bring back the power, looking for some openings and some shots in the dark. Tardif has literally been kind of lowered into the field and kind of strong-armed around the positions. He's been desperately trying to hang in there. You can just hear, though, the tires. They are absolutely screaming indeed. Just trying to hold the line down, trying to hang in there. What do you have to do in this case? Man, Dominic, I don't know if it's just dirty air or just the current flow of the speeds that makes these trucks so much faster here on the front runners to the long runners, but whatever it is, that certainly is helping the 98 camp out more as it goes. Dominic is currently a race leader. And really hasn't been tested or really challenged up. Just trying to get around again. Previtt, I know, had a good little amount of speed, a little bit of power there, but lost it late in the run. Back on board with the Ford Performance 18 Speedmaster boats, number Ford Mustang of Julian Condé. He currently has 8 spots up, the Hard Charger award winner today, but he is knowingly, begrudgingly dealing with the speed of Joe Tardif right behind him. And Tardif, in my opinion, got a lot more to lose and a lot more to gain after what he's been through in and out of this race. Got trapped up in the wrecks, got trapped up in the speeds, then trapped up in the rest. Now Kelly Hyatt, though, the SRM 26, spinning it right in the front straightaway, trying to refire before trucks come around to him. That could cost time, and that could even spell doom for the rest. They remain green. Dominic Lee coming up quick, coming up fast here. Julian Condé, the first to blink, will go into pit road. Wait just a minute. Something is wrong. Something is very wrong. No caution has been thrown out yet. Slammed in the wall. Condé. Oh, man. Drove so hard there with Tardif, but then as soon as he jammed it in the wall protection, it cost him dearly. Here comes the fight between the 12 and the 35. Mingo right now looking to try to make Previtt just a little bit more anxious. Dominic Lee still your race leader. And how funny is it that earlier this season, Dominic Lee could not catch a single break in terms of win or any time to get a victory in. But then last week, he catches a break, finally breaks free, and now the confidence level, in my opinion, shot further up into the skies, higher than we are right now, already on the track here. I think that win last week really did something for him. I think that may have changed his game plan, changed his strategy, and now has brought a newfound sense of confidence. And the one thing that's always dangerous to a driver is their patience and confidence. If they feel they can do something, then really the rest of it is just playing with the truck and playing with the car, if you will. To then steer their way around and in towards victory lane sights. Mingo right now closing carefully on Previtt, trying to make a pass around him. This is your battle for second here, Mingo. Well, he is getting closer and closer, but he can't quite get the pass. They'll drive it side by side off here. Previtt with the advantage. Mingo driving a lot harder though. Despite being at a disadvantage on the bottom, he does have more power to contain. Previtt well aware of that. Right now having to use a little bit of left what he's got just to try to maneuver around the 12 and not let him by. Oh, this is just an absolutely awesome battle here for second once again. Just mano a mano, fight for your survival, fight for your drive, and hope for the best. That's the way we like it here on PTM Racing TV. Well, slow him back down to the pace a little bit. Patrick Tanks here currently moving the chains up ahead. Trying to get lap back and trying to get time back, but at this point he's about 3 laps down. Actually 2 laps fully down in this case. Jesse Singleton looked like earlier on he may be a threat to Lee and Previtt, but Previtt clipping him just the slightest bit there in turn number 3 early, costing his momentum and costing him precious time and valuable momentum. Kind of switched and swapped the entire field out just a little bit more. TJ Lear way too aggressive, slams the wall. This time the shoe on the other foot. Last time it was Singleton that slammed into the wall. Mingo having troubles down there too. Mingo has actually lost control on that turn 3 and what has gone wrong with the 12? Every driver right now currently struggling for survival and struggling for position. Mingo, the next to fall on that counter. Looks like him and Previtt get into it here. Oh! Right here, bam! Previtt slammed in hard, huge wreck. I'm surprised no caution thrown on that one. And there is a caution, actually. They did get the caution out, so the caution is out right now. And I guarantee you, Lee can't be too happy about that. But let's take a look back at this one. Here is the initial shot. Previtt gets into the wall. Mingo dries up slightly. And I'm not sure if Previtt didn't know where Mingo was at or if Previtt thought he had the run to turn in the corner. Remember, you got to turn that corner in extremely tight. Mingo, it looked like he was trying to turn in. Instead, he got turned on. I am not sure how you judge that one or who to call on fault, but if I had to guess, I'd say Previtt. Maybe the one at fault there for the unfortunate accident. Really hard to say though, because it looked like Previtt did turn down, and he didn't probably realize where Mingo was at. That's the only thing I could think of down there, guys. Still gonna park him down on the track here, and we'll get him into out of pit road. But real quick, let's listen into our final driver to talk with today, Kelly Hyatt. Kelly, if you got the copy down there. I know this hasn't been the best day for you in this team, but 26, I know at least still hanging tough and hanging true, maybe looking for a final position here. Well, I'd say it doesn't look like they're going to be talking with us today. Looks like their mic's still having some problems down there. The SRM number 26, though, looking ready and set to try to bring a fight back on the track. They're going to try to get as many laps as they can back on him here. Jesse Singleton's actually going to move into the second place spot. Josh Previtt, with that damage suffered in the 35, slows him back down a bit. Joe Tardif actually moves into the third spot. And this could have made this any more interesting if you tried. With 10 laps to go, I should say, coming to the restart. This comes down to the wire. How bad do you want to win? How bad do you want to engrave yourself in the rock? Rockingham Speedway is about to witness a fight to the end and a fight for survival. Top 5 on your screen, bringing them back to the green off a turn 4 to the front stretch. Trial off, and we go one more time. Advantage Tardif. Dominic Lee, though, huge lead out of the gate. Everybody's trying to save and survival, but it's not to be. Hyatt slammed off a 2. Caution is out. Dominic Lee now probably thinking he's literally a prize fighter stuck in the corner here, now knowing he's going to have literally 3 or 4 guys trying to fight him here for this. I drove down to the apron a little bit, came off the corner, and slides up into the 24. Nowhere to go. Hunter Bailey. Just kind of a lone defensive mechanism there for that 26. High had nowhere to go and pretty much trapped between it all. They nearly 3-wided off of turn number 2 there, and then you see. I would have said there may have been some contact for the 85, but to my end, that doesn't look like contact was made. It may seem like it, but I didn't see anything there. It was not as far. It's a little bit farther away than I think we're expecting. Yeah, Dominic right now, I gotta believe, just thinking to himself, like, my word, what is gonna happen next? What do I have to keep doing? Pressure now starting to build up in these drivers right now. You got to be thinking to yourself, when will the madness end, and can it end? In my opinion, it can come to a conclusive decision if you just let the race settle out. But as a driver, I also understand the other point of it, which is, who cares? I want the win. I've got to do what I got to do to make it big. If you feel like you got a chance, that's just all you need, is that one little spark, that one little thought. And you just go for it all without any care in the world. I've been in their shoes. I've been there before. I do it every single time I'm in official races or anytime I'm in a league race. I could care less about anything else but myself and trying to take that win if it's possible. However, following the rules, the regulations, following the guidelines, you still know that as well. So that's kind of the only thing that grounds them and kind of keeps them focused. I myself have been in that spot where I've had to remind myself about it too, but will these drivers listen and learn, or will they go for broke? The chaotic nature of iRacing and sim racing in general about to show itself If it happens in the real world, yo, you bet it happens just as worse in the sim world. Off the distance through corner number 4 to the tri-oval we go. Another restart engaged. 5 laps remain. Singleton trying to get going early. Privet, though, he's not getting out of this one. Slams in. Bailey clips him. Caution. And Hunter Bailey, I hate to tell you, sir, but you were right. He was expecting it, and it got him. He said point blank earlier, it feels like it could get ugly. He was exactly right. Here's a look at the replay here. Came off that start. Previtt had a great start, but he overshoots the turn, and it just snaps right on him. There's really nothing you can do about it, too. There's no way to get around it. There is absolutely no way to get around it. You just cannot get out of that mess and get out of that spot any way you want. Here he goes. He has the speed. He enters in low. He hits the bumps. Truck's getting out of shape. Got upset. Henkel takes a little hit, but it's Bailey that gets the worst of it. Conde gets in there. Takes a good little nudge. Doesn't matter though for the 24. As his race has pretty much been destroyed. So now we're entering into a green-white checkered territory. Bailey, I don't know what's going through his mind right now, but I think he's going to try to stay out on the track with a blown motor in the truck. Not so sure that will work out in his favor. Not so sure if that's even going to be a good idea, but he doesn't seem to really care, and I don't think really he seems to mind. I think the frustrations and build-up and absolutely tormenting situations have come to get the better of him. Double file him up one more time, possibly. Green, white, checker territory now in pursuit. If Dominic can get another good restart here, he'll hold this field back. Singleton, though, I guarantee you, he's watching carefully when Lee will look to go. If he times it right, he'll catch him. If he times it wrong, he'll lose it. Private's in pit road with Bailey right now. Both drivers currently out of this one. I'm not even going to try to speculate who's going to try to take this one home. All I know is just watch for yourselves and keep an eye on this. In the distance of a turn number 4. This is going to set the bar high, set the field up. Lee watching for the start. Gets a good jump. A good jump. Singleton, a good start as well. Unlike Previtt though, stays in control. Sharon Slade actually even too. Staying on the corner panels, trying to build up momentum. Coming down the wire, Lee has got to run. He's got a seam, and he's pushing its limits here. White flag coming out this time on by. Dominic Lee is looking like he may have walked away with this one unscathed. Slade though and Singleton trying to not let it happen. But off the backstretch, entering into turn number 3, then in turn number 4, Dominic Lee is going to secure this one. Another victory for Dominic Lee. Sharon Slade showing a little bit of love to the 98. The rest of the field parking it in and bringing it home. For Dominic Lee, though, what has been a bit of a bad luck start to the season now relinquishes some good moments in between and some extremely big positions when they needed it most, as Joe Tardif gives them a little love for their trouble. Well, while he burns down the house, how about we go ahead and take a look at our finishing results presented by Speedmaster Boats. This was a wild one. Dominic Lee gets the jump and the start that he needed to take down Singleton and Slate. Both of them will go second and third respectively. Noah Hankel going down fourth. Fifth to TJ Lear. Sixth to Joe Tardif. Patrick Jenks. Seventh to Joe Tardif. Eighth to Matt Mingo. Ninth goes to Kelly Hyatt. 10th to Hunter Bailey. Finishing it in pit road for the top 10. Well, right now, race fans, we're going to listen in to the drivers, but right now, Sharon Slate, I don't believe will be joining us here for the top 3. We haven't seen them all season, so I will go ahead and just throw up the top 3 moniker for her there. Congratulations to her. Second place, though, I don't think I need to really make an introduction for him. He kind of has his own little intro. He comes into the show now. The 51, Jesse Singleton. Second place today at Rockingham. And Singleton, once again, sir, congratulations on a podium. And once again, another final round of racing. You make your way back from a bad start to a strong ending.
Yeah, it's all about battle adversity. You're always going to have in each race. And, you know, you might be a good race car driver, but if you can't battle adversity, you won't do as good as somebody that can.
That certainly could be the case there. It is definitely something that was playing out in this race. I know, Singleton, you had a lot on the mind. You had a lot going on trying to defend off some of these guys and trying to keep everybody at bay. But, you know, that last restart, it looked like you might have had a chance to get to Lee if you had a little bit more speed coming off of turn 2. You think the battle with Slate kind of hurt your chances a little bit there?
Yeah, he's just getting us on restarts every time there. You know, he had a fast car all night. I didn't think I had a chance really of catching him. Just hopefully he made a mistake. That's all I could hope for.
Well, didn't quite get the mistake, but you did find yourself in another podium. So, sir, as always, who do you want to thank here?
You know, the fans, everybody out there, my girlfriend, everybody, my family. You know, the sponsors here, Speedmaster, as always.
As always, indeed. Mr. Jesse Singleton, congratulations on a second place finish, sir.
Yep, thank you, Christopher.
Singleton coming away today in the second spot, but the man who takes top honors in the 98 again, he's going back-to-back this week. Dominic Lee is your victor here, and Dominic, congratulations on that, sir, and talk about this one. You had to not only push it to the wire, had to push it to the line. You had a few times where this one could have gone either way, and it could have actually ended up being bad for you, yet you hanged on for the rest. Dominic, you're talking about, we don't have a copy down there.
Give me a moment, guys.
There you go. Got you now.
You got me now?
Yeah, we got you.
All right. Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure. So once again, you're coming away here into victory lane, going back to back. But this race, from start to the end, you had a quite a little duel there. You almost got trapped and put into a bad spot more times than not. Yet you somehow come away with a win. What does that mean to you here today at Rockingham?
It's awesome. I mean, I was able to just kind of rebound after an early accident and EOL there, and kind of means a lot because my better half is in the hospital right now with dealing with her surgery. So, as I told you guys last week, so just means a lot to have her company that she works for on the car, and so just thinking about her right now.
Yeah, I know we talked about it before, and our thoughts and prayers, of course, to them, and hoping that they'll be okay when all is said and done, as well as for you. And seems like you were doing all right out there too. Here with this battle up ahead, you completely take it down to the wire here at Rockingham. How important do you think this one will mean in the long run for you and the crew?
It'll mean a lot because it's kind of feeling like I hit my stride with last week and this week. So hopefully that kind of propels us moving forward.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, though, I'll ask you this, Dominic. Who do you want to thank here for this?
Just my team. Everybody who helps us out. Gotta thank you guys. Gotta thank Pat and everyone from the league, and just everybody who puts on this amazing show.
Absolutely, indeed. Well, nevertheless, here, Dominic, a big showing once again for you and the crew. Congratulations on the race win today.
Thank you.
Dominic Lee, with a heavy heart and a heavy thought, he's got himself another win here at Rockingham. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning on in here, and a big thank you to our friends at Speedmaster Boats. Be sure to check them out and get some of the fastest boats in all of radio control. And as always, thanks so much for always coming out here. For the past 2 years we've been doing this. I still don't know how y'all keep tuning in, keep tuning in, but man, we love you for it, and we can't thank you enough. So without further ado, we'll say goodnight here from Rockingham Speedway. We loved you, we've missed you, and we wish to see you again soon, and we will as well for the fans at home.